Just a few days ago, I tried out the demo version of Mario Wonder at EGX 2023. With only a couple of days until release, this is the first time Nintendo UK have let players get hands-on with this hotly anticipated game. In this video, I'll share my initial thoughts as they relate to a small sample of the game I played at the show, as well as a few interesting details I spotted during my time with the demo. I cannot overstate how good Mario Wonder looks, on both a technical and artistic level. Of course, the Switch is no graphical powerhouse, but it's clear that the development team at Nintendo really wrung every drop of power out of their aging system with this title. Perhaps the most striking visual component of Wonder is the fluidity of animation, especially with player characters, giving them a real sense of responsiveness and liveliness as you move around the course. While this was immediately apparent from the first time Nintendo showed off the game, it's actually way more pronounced when holding the controller yourself, with Mario and friends feeling snappy and full of life. This is in such a stark contrast to the other recent 2D Mario games in the new series, which definitely feels stiff in comparison. In a recent interview with NPR, Takahashi Tezuka, the game's producer, talked about how the team behind Wonder paid special attention to the animation, specifically drawing on the look of the Mario movie in the hope of replicating what audiences saw on the big screen within the game, and this really shows. Running, jumping, crouching, sliding, and even popping in and out of pipes feels so satisfying. Similarly, the amount of seemingly incidental interactions crammed into every single stage is really breathtaking. Bumping into sleeping Goombas will startle them and send them into a panic. Certain pipes can be pushed around, leading to a cascade of coins when they're shoved into just the right spot. The backgrounds, which are similarly filled with lots of cute touches, take on a whole new appearance after the player collects a Wonder Seed. None of these things impact the main course of play, but they certainly make your time in each environment feel vibrant and unique. There's obviously a very high bar set when it comes to level design in 2D Mario games, but I can confidently say that, at least in the small handful of levels I got to play, this expectation was matched and exceeded, with each course feeling fresh, creative, and distinct. This is supported in part by the new badge system, which allows you to swap in one active or passive ability on the fly before entering a course, meaning that how you navigate through a course can change dramatically depending on which badge you select. Okay, on to some of the more specific details I noticed while playing, and I'll also try to answer some of your burning questions. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question on the community post I posted a few days ago. VoxyBuns asked, did you get to hear more of Mario and Luigi's new voices? What did you think of the performance? So I've avoided commenting on the voices or sound design more generally here, simply because the audio was sadly pretty much entirely drowned out by the hustle and bustle of the exhibition hall. Listen. That being said, and given what we've heard so far in the Direct and elsewhere, Mario Wonder looks set to have another amazing Nintendo soundtrack. A few times during my demo, I did lean really close into the monitor speakers every now and then, and try to get a clearer listen to the voices, specifically Mario's voice. And I would say what I heard of the new voice performances did sound really great, and I would say that the performance felt fresh whilst still remaining familiar. Elite Octo asked, what of the 2D Marios does it feel most similar to? To me, when comparing Wonder to other 2D Mario games, I'd really say that it felt most like Super Mario World. I think there was a kind of responsiveness to the player character that felt very much like World, and in contrast, so different to the kind of weighty movement of the new series. Yeah, I actually kept thinking about Mario 3D Land while playing. I know this is a little bit different to your specific question, but there's just something about the level design in Super Mario Bros. Wonder that felt like 3D Land. I think it was something about the sense of discovery as you were playing through, and the amount of kind of hidden extra stuff that felt to me more like, and I know this will sound weird, but more like a 2D 3D Land rather than any of the previous 2D Mario games. I hope that makes sense in some way. Mousepad asked, what new power-up is the most fun in your opinion? So, from the limited selection of power-ups we had in the demo, I'd say that the drill felt the most transformative to me. It really changes the way that you navigate through a stage. And I'd actually say that the elephant fruit was the least exciting to me. I found myself regularly ditching the elephant fruit whenever possible, as I just didn't enjoy using it. Also, while not strictly a power-up, the badges are a really huge addition, and deciding which power-up I wanted, which badge I wanted to use ahead of a stage was really fun, and it also really changed the course of play. And also, I think it really does raise the ceiling for high-level players. Oh, speaking of power-ups, as you probably know, both Yoshi and Nabbit play differently from the rest of the crew in a couple of distinct ways. First, neither Nabbit or Yoshi take damage from enemies, making them a great choice for those of us who want a little more relaxed experience. Secondly, and more subtly, Yoshi and Nabbit can't transform, so grabbing an elephant fruit won't have any effect besides providing some coins. This does have one unexpected side effect though. While I was playing through the first stage as Nabbit, I stopped at one of the withered flowers that are planted around the stage. Normally, if you were to be in elephant form, you'd just be able to spray water onto them with your trunk, and they'd bloom. However, as Nabbit, there is seemingly no way to interact with these. Of course, this is nothing major, and it doesn't prevent you from proceeding through the stage, but it's just interesting that Yoshi or Nabbit players may miss out on a few smaller optional interactions that are provided by power-ups. Okay, and finally, Vortisek Hova asked, what happens when other players run away from the screen or to the left? Now, I only played solo when trying the demo, so I can't answer this directly, but I did want to include this question because I just wanted to confirm that you have complete freedom in single player to run left or right and the screen will follow you. So it's not like the early 2D Mario games where you're locked out of backtracking as you progress through a stage. So I'm pretty sure that you could theoretically run all the way back to the beginning of a stage. If I had to guess, I would imagine that when you're playing online, you are untethered from the other players. I don't know how this would work in local, and sadly I didn't get a chance to try that out, so I can't answer that one directly. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. Let me know in the comments if you plan on picking up Super Mario Bros. Wonder when it releases in just a couple of days' time. Bye-bye for now, and wowie zowie!